The year was 1979. On the afternoon of May 25th that year, American Airlines Flight 191 was taking off from Chicago to LA when its left engine detached from its wing, causing a loss of control. The aircraft crashed about 4,600 feet from the runway, and all 271 occupants on board were killed.
On the worst commercial air disaster in United States commercial aviation history. At O'Hare Field, Flight 191, American Airlines, bound for Los Angeles. The account of possible disaster victims ranges from 263 up to 279, some as high as 290.
On November 4th, 1979, a terrorist attack on the United States Embassy occurred in Tehran, Iran, in which 53 Americans were taken hostage.
November 1979. Fanatical supporters of Iran's new leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini, stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and take everyone they find there hostage. American citizens, soldiers, and diplomats, bound, blindfolded, paraded before the world. Images of humiliation and helplessness sear their way into the hearts and minds of America. The greatest power on earth, unable to deal effectively with a nation that sometimes seems possessed by madness.
On July 1st, 1979, Sony released the first Walkman portable cassette player.
Walkman. ソニーの歩くステレオウォークマン。聞こえますか？ヘッドホンで話せるホットライン付き。どうぞ。ウォークマン。ステレオが部屋を出た。ウォークマン、ソニー。
In 1979, sales for the Chevrolet Camaro were the highest ever since its production.
These fully race-prepped Chevy Camaros will be driven by 12 of the best drivers in the world in the International Race of Champions. Introducing the 1979 version of the Ultimate Camaro. The Camaro Z28. From people who know what performance is all about. Chevrolet.
Also that year, Minolta came out with the XG-9, a 35mm SLR camera aimed at the amateur enthusiast market with automatic exposure, aperture priority, or fully manual. It was able to accept a full range of quality Rokkor lenses. Today, let's get into my personal version of this camera. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro to my video here. This is my personal version of the Minolta XG-9. Oddly enough, I found this at the local recycle center one day at work, throwing off a bunch of junk appliances off the back of the truck, and this I saw this out of the corner of my eye over by a yellow pillar, and I said, no way, that's not a camera. But I went over and investigated, and sure enough, it was. It turned out to be this guy. Thank you to Bob. He's on here somewhere. There we go, Bob. Thanks for this camera. I'm sorry you had to part with it. I don't know why it wound up in the recycle center. Maybe you didn't like it, but I do. Right now I've got a Rokkor lens, 28mm f3.5 on here right now. I enjoyed using this lens. I used it on a family vacation to the beach where it was pretty sunny. I could have used an ND filter on this, but I was shooting at f16 and ISO, 400 at 1,000th of a second, just to get properly exposed frames. But I'll put a montage of a roll of film that I put through this. This was back in 2019 is when I picked this up. But I've been wanting to make a video about this for a long time. It's just been sitting on my shelf, and I finally got inspired, and I picked up some goodies to put on this, which I'll show you a little bit later on. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. The leather backing is just sort of peeling off. You can kind of see here. The adhesive is breaking down, has broken down over the years. Right here in this corner, you can kind of see here, this is peeling away. But I did enjoy using this camera quite a bit. It's has a lot of modern, advanced for their time, 1979 era camera, which I'll go over here in just a minute. I've got a little sheet of on my tablet of notes just to kind of cover what this camera has packed into it. Pretty advanced for its time, I think. Anyways, yeah, we'll just jump right into that. Oh, by the way, don't pay too close attention to my what is this? My blistered finger. These are the hands of a working dad, full time, and you know, I gotta, you know, things happen. Hit my hand on trying to undo a gas valve on a range, and hit the tailgate with the bottom of my finger. Anyways, so here we go. Let's jump right into this. We'll go over some of the features of it. As you can tell, judging by the beginning of this video, this camera was released in July 1979, and it ended production in 1981. It only lasted 2 years on the camera market. It was preceded by the XG-SE and replaced by the XG-M, which is actually pretty well loved in the camera community for Minolta enthusiasts. It has bulb mode through 1,000th of a second. The ISO range is ISO 25 through 1600 ISO. It has let's talk about the viewfinder here. I was really happy with it. Very clear. It has a 93% film frame view, 93% coverage. The focusing screen is a horizontal biprism surrounded by a microprism band for easier focusing. There is a matte screen in there that resulted in significantly improved light transmission and focusing ease. My filming camera is not quite set up to be able to show you guys inside that viewfinder. I don't know how other camera reviewers do that. I need to probably research that a little bit. But as far as metering goes, it has it's a full through the lens center weighted metering system. It has a self timer right here, 10-second self timer. Inside the viewfinder, there are LED indicators on the right hand side. If you're looking through there, you'll see it'll show you what shutter speed you have it set at. Also, in the very bottom, there's also a little view screen that shows you what your aperture is set out, which is kind of cool. You really, the idea is you don't have to take your eye away from the viewfinder when adjusting your shutter speed or your aperture. You can just kind of keep your eye on there and see where it's been set. This camera only operates with 2 LR44s, which of course go in here. I'm not going to open that right now, but yeah, it will only operate with 2 LR44 batteries. I was disappointed in the beginning when I tried to, see how functional this camera was. I thought for sure it was broken. Until I did some further research a little bit later on down the road, and I threw some fresh LR44 batteries in there, and this thing came right to life. The shutter started functioning. I was able to move the shutter advance lever, or the film advance lever, actually is what that's called. But yeah, so just know this needs batteries to operate. It is not a fully, analog camera. This is the shutter button on here. And if you look right in the middle, there's a little sensor. And that sensor picks up if you're touching it with your finger. The idea behind that is that if you have a foreign, it prevents accidental shutter firing. If you have a foreign object that touches it, it's not going to fire the shutter. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. Wind it, and let's try and push with this. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The internet said, actually, here we go. This is for, illuminates the LEDs inside here. That's what it does. It doesn't prevent the shutter from firing. It senses that your finger is on there and lets you peek in there, and it illuminates the LEDs and shows you what your settings are. Let's see. It does have a shutter release cable mount right here on the side. That is our shutter release cable mount. I believe this is also a depth of field preview button. Push that in. It kind of gives you an idea of what your depth of field is going to look like once you expose your photograph. There is a red light on the front here. This is only for the battery check. Excuse me. And that battery check is right here. You can see where it says BC for battery check. Let's see if we can make that fire off. I do have good batteries in here. There you go. So that's our battery check button right now. It has an off-on toggle there. And then, of course, if you want to go to self-timer, that's there. So we got battery check, on, off, and self-timer. This does have some automatic features to it. You can flip this over to the A set automatic setting here, and the camera will read the light and determine an automatic shutter speed for you. I can't remember and don't recall. I think some lenses do have automatic aperture setting as well. I don't believe this one does. We need to look at another version of a Rokkor lens. I'll bring one over here. We have the X700 here. And yes, so this lens, if you put it on the little green icon here, it'll go ahead and let you, or it'll go ahead and choose your aperture for you. I believe that's the case. I could be wrong. This one has program mode where it does choose your aperture and your shutter speed for you. This one may be strictly only automatic shutter speed. I could be wrong. I need to do a little more research on that. I'll let you know. Let me know in the comments. I'll let you know in the comments of what that is. But yeah, moving on. This camera weighs about 1 pound without the lens on there. And it does have a flash sync speed of 1/60th of a second, which is right there. So if we put our flash on there, you always set your sync speed to 1/60th of a second there. Anyways, yeah, once again, thank you, Bob. And he put his driver's license on there. I'll have to see if we can blur that out a little bit later on, but I guess at the time this was common to do. Engrave your name and some identifying mark on there so your property could get back to you. I don't know where he lived. He must have lived in a shady part of town. Anyways, so to begin, my thought was, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Let me just tell you, I'm a busy guy, raising 3 kids, working full-time, a husband, other things on the side. Life just kind of gets in the way. But I did pick up a new leatherette to go on this camera. Let's see, this came from Hugo Studio, hugostudio.com. I'll see if I can put some images here on the screen to kind of let you see where this came from. But without further ado, I will show you the color I chose. And here we go. Valentine. I've decided to name this camera Valentine, and I'm going with the red theme just because I started this this video back in early February, and just kind of got inspired with that that theme, the Valentine theme. So we'll put that on, and also I've got a fresh camera strap to go on there, so we'll put that on a little bit later on as well. But yeah, follow along with me. I've got a number of tools here we're going to use to kind of clean this camera up. We've got a little brush. We'll get into some of these nooks and crannies in here and clean some of this up. I've got some isopropyl alcohol. We'll use some of that to freshen this up, and some lighter fluid in case some of this residue doesn't want to come off the old adhesive. So we'll try some of that. We might need to get some heat on it. I'm not entirely sure, but this stuff is crunchy. So who knows, maybe it'll come off easy. But I think we're going to start just by peeling this off. I've got a number of little helpful peeling tools that we'll use kind of along the way if we need it. You can also use these to push the new leatherette down into the cracks and the nooks and crannies and whatnot. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to start kind of up here. And here we go. First peel. Come on off of there. This is coming off really easy. It's not leaving any residue, but well, I take it back a little tiny bit right there. Hopefully my camera's picking up on this. Earlier I was filming in full HD 60 frames per second, and I got a warning on my camera saying, "Oh, your camera's overheating. The camera, your filming is not going to continue. It's going to shut down." I thought, "Oh my goodness." So that was pretty frustrating, but I got it cooled back down. Actually threw it in the freezer, put it back on the charger, and yeah, so but look how clean that came off of there. I'm impressed. That was pretty good. Less work for me. Okay, let's move on to this other side. Come on off of there. Ooh, this one's not coming off as nicely. Yeah, yucky. 1979 adhesive. I'm going back in time here. Okay, so let's see. Can we get this little, grab this little piece right there and peel that off? Sort of. Get my hand in the way here. Yep, look at that. Okay. Put that away. All right, so this is where this little guy is going to come in handy. And we will get in there. Little strips at a time. And I'm getting that warning again. Temperature too high. Okay, here we go. Sorry for those technical difficulties here. I had to lower the resolution a little bit on this camera, hoping that it won't overheat again, but we will see. I won't quit on you guys. I'll keep going. We'll do what we have to do to finish this video out. But yeah, look, this piece is coming off real nicely. Here we go. Look at that. Goodbye. All right. We got a little piece right here. Get that out of there. And oh yeah, there's a little metal piece right here that's kind of wants to come up. Let's see if I flip it over. We'll have to make sure and put that back. But it's covering some sort of a ribbon. an electrical ribbon signal thing. So, and it's got a, it's reflective on one side and black on the other. I have to remember which direction that went in there. But I'm going to set that aside for now. Don't let me forget to put that back. And here we go, flipping it over. So I did notice that the leatherette is kind of tucked under the, oh, I don't know what this is called. You basically can stick a little piece of paper in there from your the box of film and kind of remind yourself what film you have loaded in the camera. I forget what the technical term for that is, but we're just going to go with this. This is where I'm kind of wondering, am I going to have to take that off from the backside, which I hope not. But for now, we're going to just try and peel that off. Yeah, we might have to. See, the new one, if you look, so yeah, it does have this little cutout here that slips behind this, the little reminder pocket. This one doesn't. So I'm thinking when we go to put this on, this is just going to lay right down over that, and we won't have to worry about taking this part off, which I don't want to have to do. But here we go. Let's finish peeling. Come on out of there. Don't get stuck on me. Okay, I don't want that piece to tear off, so let's try and give it a little upwards pressure and peel at the same time. Come on out of there. I think we got a little remnant that got stuck in there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yep, here we go. The rest of the peel. Okay. We'll use this pointy bit to see if we can get, yeah, look at that. That is nice. So the rest of this, I think we'll get this off with some alcohol and a microfiber cloth. But let me pause the video here for a minute and kind of get my alcohol spray or alcohol poured into a container, and we'll keep after this here. All right, so I zoomed this in a little bit closer here. See if we can get a better view of this gunk coming off. I filled up a little bowl of isopropyl alcohol here and a microfiber. And let's see if we can't get some of this gunk off of here. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. Try not to spill it. And yeah, here we go. Let's clean away. It's doing okay. You can see how quickly it dries. That's starting to look pretty good. Turn the rag inside out. Let's get out these edges here. There's still some right there you can kind of see. Slowly, it's coming off. Some of it, I think that's just the paint. Has a funny look to it, but that's clean. Yep, it's just the paint. All right. There's still, oh, missed this corner. Let's have another dip in the bath of alcohol here. Saturate, bring it out. I'm going to bring this view back out a little wider here. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's turn it over and get the front here. I'll have to be careful of that electrical strip. But, yeah. Clean, clean, clean. Let's see. We should get this guy. I'm going to use that as a protector. Hold that in place. Clean these areas. So based on the video that the company, what's their name, Hugo Studio has out, you really want to get the surfaces as clean as possible of any gunk or residue in order to make the product stick and last a long time. That's what we're going to attempt to do here. So that side actually is starting to look pretty good. We might come back to it and do a once over, but flip it over. Let's get to this side. I'll try and zoom us back in here a little bit. Get a fresh corner. turn the self-timer on somehow. Okay, so I was going to try and focus in that little zone down there, but I don't see any residue there. So I think we're good. So let's let this dry for a few seconds here. I'll use the dry part of the towel and get some of that excess moisture dried up. And it's almost time to start putting the new leatherette on. Which again, I've been very excited to get that on there. And I think we might start with this corner just because we have that little metal plate to kind of deal with there. So let's see. That's going to be this side. That side. I'm going to zoom us back out. This side is going to correspond with this side. I don't know what this little carve out is for. Oh, it's for the lug, the strap lug. So yeah, here goes. Let's peel. Ooh, that is very sticky. It's sticking to my fingers. You see that? Let's see if we can zoom in. Make it focus right there. There we go. All right, here goes. Oop. Easier said than done. Go back in there. Angling it in. My finger is stuck to it. It's kind of wanting to drag it over. All right, so at this stage, we can use this little guy, kind of press it into these corners. I think that's going to look real nice when it's done. All right, let's start kind of rolling it over the edge, work around that strap lug. Let's see. There we go. Look how nice that looks. I'm very pleased. Come on, camera, focus for me. There we go. Look at that. That looks real nice. Okay, one side done. Let's flip it over. And let's get ready to focus on this side here. There we go. All right, let's peel this one. That is very strong adhesive. It's sticking right to my finger. I thought that was a speck of dirt there for a second, but that is not a speck of dirt. And we lost focus. There we go. These are laser cut from the information on the website. Precision laser cut. And they do appear that that is the case. Look, we're a little bit crooked right here. So I'll have to carefully peel that back and try and reset. It's peeling off nicely. There we go. mildly stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like having to peel and unpeel, but try and follow these lines as nicely as possible. Yeah, it's looking real good. We got a nice clean line here. Seems to have followed the barrel of the lens real nice. So let's keep going. I don't like the way that that is setting around the strap leg. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's lifted in that one corner right there. So let's see if we can't fix that. Peel it back again one more time. Come on, work with me here. I'm gonna make that a little tighter around the, what's it called? Our battery check light. My finger off there. Grab focus again. And let's use this guy. Push that down. Yep, much better. Okay, let's finish wrapping this around. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That looks real cool. I'm very happy with the way that looks. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, okay. What a refresh. No more peeling ugly leather. Went from that to that. Looks real good. Okay, I will flip this over and we will work on the back side. I'm still admiring it. I'm happy with my choice. I think it looks real cool. Okay, here we go. And let's see. There we go. And for the last one, I'm about to put it on upside down here. I'm not careful. All right, here we go. Let's start with the middle and try and get that precision line up. Okay, we'll touch down right there. Oop, come unstuck. Don't go yet. Not yet. Okay. So you can see you have a little bit of time to work with the adhesive. You don't have to worry too much about permanency right away. It gives you a little working time, but it does stick to your fingers pretty good. So hopefully that's not a bad thing in the future. I did wash my hands. They're very clean before touching this, so none of the oils on my fingers are getting on this. And you know, it looks like I need to go further down. You see how this top edge is above the ridge? So, all right, here's the real test. Can we unadhere this? I got too carried away. All right, come on. So we're gonna actually start with that ridge. I'm gonna have to stand up in my chair. Here we go. Just so I can get a good view. Nope. Under the ridge. Under the ridge. Okay, we're under the ridge. We're centered on the film information back. Let's see. We need to get that tucked under the film information back. So I'm going to start with this guy. See if we can't gently get that to tuck in there. And we are. That's turning out okay. Tuck under. It is tucking under. Okay, well, for those of you watching, if you do decide to do this to one of your cameras, start from this ridge and work your way down. This little corner's being stubborn. I think with time, a little bit of time, that will seat itself a little better under the ridge. I'm really pushing down in these corners here. Yeah, this is tucking nicely. Okay, let's breathe a sigh of relief. That all turned out nicely. I tell you what, my anxiety was at a level 10 there for a second. But yeah, shout out to Hugo Studio for being able to do that and make their adhesive not permanent right away. But while we're at this angle, let's go ahead and lay that over. I can still see a rivet there. I wonder if I might need to pull that a little tighter. Let's work on this side. I'm gonna unadhere a little bit and pull tight. Yeah, that was the thing to do there. There we go. Yep. So I'll do that on this side. We'll peel it back a little bit. Come on. And then we're going to pull tight. Stretch it out a little bit. Much better. Much better. We covered that rivet. How cool. I'm very excited about that. Well, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. That was my first time putting one of these leatherettes on. Hopefully this video helps those of you out there that are planning on doing this. The good news is it's not a permanent adherence right away. So you have time to work with it. I'm very happy with it. The feel is grippy. It kind of has a nice texture to it. I don't feel like I'm going to drop my camera. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's put a strap on this guy. That's going to look real nice. Okay, here we go. So that goes. I like these straps, these little rope straps, and they've got this protector right here. Kind of saves the body from being scratched and scuffed up by these the silver hooks. I have put these on other cameras. They are a little tricky to do. They're not exactly easy to get on. You gotta, but the leather kind of grips the metal as you spin it. It makes it difficult to put on. But let me see if I can zoom in on this and let you kind of watch the process. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can make it focus right there. All right. And here we go. I just freshly trimmed my thumbnails, or all my fingernails today, but let's give this a shot. All right, you kind of get it started like that, and then twist, twist, twist. And we're on. Yep. Okay. Let's do the other side. Kind of straighten the rope out so it doesn't have a twist in it when you get it on. And okay, that one just got started right on there. That one's a lot easier than the other side. So now we're twisting. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's zoom back out. Yeah, okay. Hello, Valentine. I am pleased. Let's do a little bit of detail work, see if we can't get some of this dust off of the top of this using some of that isopropyl alcohol. And let's see, I wonder if I can change the intensity of this light here. That's just changing my color. Is that easier to see? I hope so. Okay, let's grab focus. We'll start right here. We'll zoom in a little bit. And there we go. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a little dip of this alcohol in with our brush. I'm going to clean some of this, too much alcohol. Take some of that off of there. And we'll just go right to work. We'll kind of work at these nooks and crannies. Try and get some of this dust and yuckies off of there. Clean up some of that lettering. Let's wipe it off real quick. So some folks like these stickers that say past, JC1190, INDC. Some folks don't. This one's a little faded. I do know in the past I made the mistake of getting alcohol on that sticker and it took all the lettering off. So we're going to be careful here to not do that this time, and we'll try and leave that little sticker on there, little inspection sticker. Flip that guy up, get in there. Get a little more alcohol. One more go around. Okay, let's clean that off. That looks much better. Okay, let's get under here. Oop, I'm getting it on my sticker. Okay, we didn't do too much harm to it. Seems to be okay. Get that all wiped off. All right, let's move our winding lever out of the way. We'll get in these nooks and crannies. I'm not sure about the condition of these light seals right now. They're probably not the best. We'll open up the back and look in there. I do know that when I used this camera for the first time, my exposures did come out and I didn't see any light leaks on them. But we'll get in there and peek at that here in a minute. I'm going to turn this around. Work on the front side of some of these. My hand's in the way. I'm trying not to block the progress here. Sorry, I haven't been paying too close attention to that. So you can kind of see that water is dirty. Or that alcohol is dirty. It's taking that grime right off. It's coming back around real nicely though. That looks good. Oh, I see a little dusty area right here. Let's get some of that. Clean up around that battery check light. Wipe that off. Much better. Let's move on to this side. Okay. That looks pretty good. A little smudge right here where it says Minolta. Let's see if we can get that off of there. Much nicer. These little marks right here are rub marks from something. I'm not sure what. You can kind of see that there. There's another one right there. Oh well, 1979, it's bound to have some little imperfections. But, oh yeah, okay. Let me clean up a little bit this work area. And we'll open up the back and peek at those light seals and see what condition they're in right now. The old light seals get gummy and pretty yucky over time, especially with a camera this age. I'm bumping my camera all over the place here. It's bad practice. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, here we go. Let's pop this back open. Yeah, those light seals are a little yucky. Maybe that's a project for another day. But for now, they were keeping light out based on some of these images that I took. I think there was one that did have a faint light leak. You'll see that later on in the montage. But let's see if we can look at some of the functionality back here. Let's put this in bulb mode. And look at our shutter curtain. Yeah. Light seals for another day. But this, I think, turned out quite nicely. I'm very happy with the red leatherette. I think it looks real nice. Hello, Valentine. We'll get around to shooting this here at some point in the future. Take it on another family trip and put it through its paces. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Like I said, this has been a long time coming. Life and work and house chores and other things, it all kind of stands in the way of progress, but here we are, we're getting it done. I'm glad to have these extra, lazy days around the house to be able to do something like this. My plan is to do many more in the future. So if you'd like, subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. I'll follow this up with a montage of some of the pictures I took on our little vacation to the Oregon coast. Thanks for watching.